really have to fully divulge your time into preparing. You unfortunately you're going to have to make some lifestyle changes, make some sacrifices, miss some events with your family and friends that you normally would make. But it is a self-denial process that at the end of the day you'll be very proud that you undertook. And as long as you put the time in, you'll get the results that you want. To me personally, like knowing that I've passed the PE just kind of has bled over into other aspects of my life, and just having that confidence and being able to undertake a big task and just knocking it out step by step. Like if you knock the PE out, you can pretty much do whatever you want to.
Hi, Caleb.
Hey, Wasim, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
So this is our second interview, Caleb. I'll include the link of our FE interview somewhere in the description or, somewhere in the video.
Sounds
But now
good.
you're back for the second interview after having passed your PE Power exam.
Mm-hmm. Definitely excited to.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I'm excited to be back again. Wouldn't have been able to do it without my village and my teacher. So I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Wasim and my family for giving the support as well. But I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without his thoroughness, his preparation, his study guides, his exams, everything from top to bottom is extremely thorough. And as long as you put the time in, you'll get the results that you want.
Appreciate it. Thanks for those kind words of appreciation, Caleb. But I mean, you did put in a lot of time and effort into it, right? And it was not a very smooth journey. So, how about you give me a quick rundown as to how you approach your P-Power exam preparation after passing your FE? Because you signed up for the program and made up your mind that you wanted to get this done, right? But your
Yes,
journey was a little bit bumpy. So, go
indeed.
ahead.
So right after my FE, I went ahead and enrolled in the PE Power Prep. I knew that I needed to continue to use that momentum that I had at the time from when I passed. So I immediately enrolled. I started preparing, but I didn't realize the lifestyle change that needed to occur with the Power Prep, the PE Power Prep. You really have to fully divulge your time into preparing. You unfortunately you're going to have to make some lifestyle changes, make some sacrifices, miss some events with your family and friends that you normally would make. But it is a self-denial process that at the end of the day you'll be very proud that you undertook. During my first time preparing, I was working a lot with my side gig DJing, as well as full-time engineering. So every weekend, when I should have been studying, I was DJing. When it came time for the exam, I went ahead and I still took it because it was tied to performance goals at work to at least sit for it. I knew that I was a little handicapped, but unfortunately, that handicap was apparent when I got the failing score. So at that point, I made the resolve in my mind that I'm going to lock in and give another level of effort. At that point, I'm not going to wait a year or two and allow myself to forget things that I clearly have a good hold on. I just was just a little bit off, as so evident in my diagnostic there. So I went ahead and retained as much knowledge as possible. I gave it about a month or two off, and then I got right back into it. Wasim had a live course, which he started doing around that time. I wasn't able to attend the courses at that time, but I watched them on a recorded basis after the fact, and they were still very helpful. And I know that if I would have had the bandwidth to join live, I would have been able to get even more value out of being able to ask questions to a professor who knows what he's talking about in that moment, and also having students around that are at the same level that I am preparing and can also give some of their background, some of their experiences to make it a very diverse experience throughout. So although I wasn't able to jump in live, I still utilized them after the fact, and it was the test itself was night and day as far as the difficulty level. The second time, I felt much more thoroughly prepared. I went into it not having to study up until the night before or the day before. I was able to give myself a little buffer time in there to give my brain some time to heal after taking so much abuse. And then I passed it on that second attempt. So definitely, like I said, if you utilize the tools that are given to you and you give full effort, then you'll see the results that you want to.
Yeah, it's amazing, Caleb. It almost seemed like you had rehearsed this entire story, but it's coming straight from the heart. So those of you who are, who can relate to it and who are watching it, Caleb put in a tons of effort starting this year, and you were reaching out to me via email whenever you were getting stuck. You are my former FE student, right?
Hmm.
So when you fail the first time, every failure, every student who fails, I almost feel like as if I failed, right? So you reached out to me and then you told me that, Wasim, I didn't quite complete the course. I didn't quite complete this resource or that resource, and I was busy. And I told you that, give the life winning a shot and it will be a game changer. And it did. But, those are just the resources. At the end of the day, what you started out by saying that you need to make lifestyle changes. I think that is crucial, right? Maybe you guys could be using some other resources, and regardless of the resource you used, right? Uh, Realizing that this exam cannot just be passed casually, right? You need to put in time and effort. You really need to get in the zone, get into a tunnel vision. For some of you, I guess, if it helps you, and that tunnel vision is going to be short lived. I mean, that's not going to be the state of your daily routine for the rest of your life, right? Now you feel top of the world, right? At
Yeah.
this stage, I mean, I'm
Yep.
sure that you're getting appreciation from your, colleagues from workplace, and you have
Hmm.
so much leverage in the job market now as well, right?
Definitely.
Uh,
I've been submitted for two jobs that are going to double my salary, and just using those as leverage to be able to stay where I'm at now. I feel like it's just a great game plan moving forward that,
Yeah,
you know,
you can be breaking your supervisor's door and asking for a raise, begging for it. And I mean, they're not gonna bat an eye, generally speaking, right? Unless you have something substantial to present that, hey, you know what, I delivered on this project, I did this, I did that. But even then, that is sort of like, okay, we pay you to do that type of stuff, right? That
yeah.
is expected, right? But then when you get a PE license, you get the credential, all of a sudden, okay, maybe not within your current company, but outside, your market value
Sure.
is just going to go up like boom. Okay.
Definitely.
There are not enough electrical pieces to go around. And the
Not at all.
force of the market is just going to be in your favor, right? And gives you so much power of negotiation.
Mhm.
So those are all the good things. I don't, even I don't suggest my students to pursue their P license for the sake of, extrinsic motivations per se. Obviously, it has a big factor. You're working towards it, sacrificing your personal time, your family time, and whatnot. So at the end of the day, there should be a carrot, right? but
Definitely.
but I think that the intrinsic motivation and the sense of accomplishment that you feel, that is unparalleled after putting in so much time and effort.
Definitely. I mean, to me personally, like knowing that I've passed the PE just kind of has bled over into other aspects of my life, and just having that confidence and being able to undertake a big task and just knocking it out step by step. Like if you knock the PE out, you can pretty much do whatever you want to. So beyond, like Wasim said, the extrinsic like monetary values, it's also a level of self appreciation and just self value and self worth in accomplishing such a egregious task. I mean, it is something that when I tell certain people what it is that are not in the engineering world, what I've done, they get like, wow, like amazing. More and it kind of it takes me by surprise at times because I
Yeah,
kind of don't even understand the magnitude of what I've accomplished all the way yet. But
yeah,
day by day, I'm learning and appreciating, and it's definitely worth it. So although you might, like he said, miss a little bit of time now, it's just self-denial, and that's always the more valuable and more appreciated reward down the road. When you really take some time away from yourself, you'll get it back tenfold
yeah,
when you do
for
pass it.
sure. within my circle, I have friends, colleagues, family members who are in different professions. And so far, I don't think I've come across anyone who has to take an 8 hour long exam in order to get licensed. Okay. It's not actually, I mean, FE exam is quite difficult in its own, way, because 3 minutes per question, that's some students actually find it more challenging than PE, depending on what type of exam taker you are. If you are the type of person whose performance doesn't go drastically down under time pressure, you're gonna do well on FE. Okay. But if you're the type of a person who likes to study deeply and develop 360-degree understanding, you're gonna do well on PE, right?
Yeah.
So it really depends. But so far, I don't know. You guys can comment if you're aware of, those of you who are watching are aware of any exams that is 8 hour long, right? And this is basically 8 plus 5.5, right? So 5.5 a few months ago that you had to pass with FE, and then 8 hours long over here. So I know you're busy, Kaleb, so I won't take much of your time. But just to quickly close out, in terms of your strategy, especially for the last in during the second attempt, uh, how did you consolidate your knowledge, and what was your routine? If you can walk me through quickly your routine,
So
study routine.
for my routine, I would say I started out with about 25 hours a week, 25 to 30 hours a week of going through the review videos, and
On
then
demand,
also the on-demand course. And then also at the same time, I would use the quizzes at the end of the course, and then re-solidify everything by watching the videos. So I just
right?
piecemealed it one step at a time all
So
the
on
way.
demand plus live training.
On demand plus live training. And then obviously I had the study guide as well, 700
Yeah,
plus
yeah. So this one,
solved
you also use
problems.
this guy.
Yep. And then I use that
Yeah.
one as well. So the combination of those three things,
And it was taking you on average 25 to 30 hours.
at least sometimes it would get up into the 40, 45 hours as I'm
Wow,
getting.
that's intense. 40, 45. That's why I'm saying, like, you have to make lifestyle changes. It's almost as if you're doing a second job, right?
Yeah, it is.
Which is even probably more challenging than your first job,
Yeah,
your day job, right?
for sure.
And sustaining that for how long? 3 months in your case?
3 to 4 months. Yep.
3 to 4 months. Okay, so that's a reality check. Those of you who are thinking that you're just gonna, even just sign up for the course and then automatically everything is gonna work out. No, you need to still put in the time and effort. And as Kaleb mentioned, I take personal interest. I will get on a Zoom call with you as soon as you enroll in the program.
Mhm.
And the live training is coming up for I do it 3 times a year. You'll have to check the website studyforfe.com to see when the sessions are starting. But when you get into the on-demand plus live training, you get an 8 month access to both on-demand plus live training, right? So if the session has already started, you can still go to the on-demand and go through the live training at your own speed. So once again, many congratulations to you, Kaleb. Hard work
Thank you.
always pays off.
Thank
And
you.
relish the moment, and good things are yet to come in your career. And this is a huge accomplishment.
Thank you, Wasim. I appreciate it. And best of luck to any prospective students out there. And if you're leaning towards Wasim or not, I'm telling you, you'll thank yourself once you get the course. And because a lot of people they explain it, but not at the level that Wasim does. I haven't really seen very many people that actually go through derivations of equations and actually showing you where the equations that we get in the study guide, or where those come, or in the handbook. Wasim will show you where those actually come from and how those actually interact with the overall picture, not just saying, here's how you do it, you know, and giving you test taking strategy. He's also giving you the 360-degree view so you know how everything is incorporated, because it really does build on each other from one
Yeah.
step to the next. So
Yeah, especially when you get to section 4, everything sort of builds together with section 2, section 3, and it's kind of fun. Unlike FE, where you study math, section number 1, and then you have software networks, which really doesn't make any sense in terms of the flow.
right.
But I mean, there's method there because they want to test you on your entire undergraduate, so that's the only way. But
Mhm.
P power, very beautifully, it all comes together. It's really nice.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Thanks again, Kaleb. Thank you.
Yep,
Bye.
no problem.